Hello everyone, so welcome to my slime collection 2018. This is going to be in 4 different parts, and I just wanted to answer some quick questions from my last year's slime video before the video gets started and put a few disclaimers here. If you see me using a little tiny bottle, a spray bottle, it is activator, and I use borax activator, and that is something that I spray on my slime sometime or my hands when they get sticky. And I wanted to say that this is not an ASMR video. It's just a slime collection, so it's going to be quicker than ASMR, and I'm not going to take every slime out, and I'm going to be talking a little bit over slime because this is just a slime collection, not an ASMR video. Also, I wanted to say that I have joint hypermobility syndrome, which makes my joints overly flexible, so if you see my fingers like extend backwards, don't be like scared or something. Just know that that's why it's doing that. And then also I wanted to say that I cannot sell slime because I have dog hair in every one of my slimes, because it's just absolutely unavoidable in my house because there are so many dogs in my house. I mean, there's not that many, but there's so much dog hair in my house. It's ridiculous, so that every time I make a slime, there's dog hair in there, so I can't really sell it. And then I also just don't know how to work that kind of technology. Also, don't ask for slime if you're a small person. If you're a child watching this, that's great. You can watch it, but do not ask for slime. I'm not going to give you slime. I'm not going to sell you slime because you're a stranger, and I don't have a slime shop as stated previously. And the last thing is, don't ask for shoutouts. I don't give shoutouts on my channel. That's just a rule that I have. So don't ask for them, or else your comment will just be removed. And by the way, this is just some random snow, and it's just some mixing to give you something to watch while I said this disclaimer. So thank you for watching, and enjoy the video. Okay, I'm doing this in no specific order, but I do like to keep bulk slimes. And this is a bulk clear slime, obviously. And it is actually made with Crazy Art clear glue slime, which is a lot thicker and really hard to activate, more thicker than Elmer's glue, that is. And so it's like, oh, I can't even describe it, but you have to add like literally an entire batch of activator just to activate a small bit of this stuff. But it actually works better for putting beads in. I'm not going to take it out. I said why in the disclaimer, so if you didn't watch the full disclaimer, please watch it because it answers some frequently asked questions. Okay, now I'm going to show you just a little piece of Elmer's glue slime. This is just, you know, because I also like to keep Elmer's glue, clear glue, on hand in case I want to add something in or something. That is just a small. That's actually an older slime than my stuff that I have on hand, because I do keep a bigger slime of a clear glue slime on hand, which I put in here. So that is my newest slime, my newest clear glue slime that I keep on hand. So this is actually an older one that I just happened to have, and that was what I had left of the last batch before I made a new batch. So now I'm going to show you my white glue based slime that I keep on hand. This is, I don't think anyone uses this recipe. It's actually really simple, but it's super thick and glossy, and I really like it. And since it's so simple to make, I just prefer having it, and I keep it in case I want to like add clay into a slime real quick and I don't want to like take the time to make a new slime. Okay, so this one is my only Model Magic clay or slime right now. So this is kind of sizzly, as you can hear, but oh, it's really rippy because it's Model Magic clay and not a smoother type of clay. But it smells really good because I have a bunch of lotion in it. I'm not going to take it out. It's actually in this Compound Kings container because I didn't like the slime. Well, actually I did like the slime that was in there, but it was really hard to take out of this container, so I just took it out and kept this in here instead. So that's this. It's kind of spreadable and moldable a little bit, but Model Magic is just a cheaper way to make clay slime because it's tougher, and well, I don't actually know if it's cheaper than Daiso, because Daiso is pretty cheap besides the shipping. but it's easier to get. It's just easier access. So this is a really, really thick based butter slime. This had a really, really glossy base, and it's really nice butter slime. I haven't taken it out in a while, but it's super, super soft. It's like a little bit hard right now because it was in there for a while. It smells super good, and it's really, really soft. The most important thing to note here is this is so soft. This is such a soft slime, and it's really big because I think I added an entire square of Dazo in there. This is a slime I just made a few days ago, and I wanted to see how this, I'm sure you've seen it in stores. It's this Crazy Art pre-made slime. It's clear slime, and I wanted to see how it would butter. So that's just basically a putty buttered. So it's not super stretchy, but it's really glossy. This is a butter slime with shaving gel in it, so instead of shaving cream it has shaving gel in it, which makes it smell super good, but it's also like really sticky and it dyes your hands a lot. So I don't like to put it on the table because it actually makes the table get super, super blue, but it smells super good. It's just really sticky. I made this slime not too long ago. It couldn't have been more than like 2 weeks ago. But I honestly cannot remember what I made it with. It obviously has some snow in it, but I don't remember what else is in it. Obviously it has some, I think it has some clay in it too. But I'm honestly not sure what else, and I don't know what I made it out of. But it's pretty soft. This is a really thick, clear glued based butter slime, and it's like really creamy and stuff, but it's actually not super stretchy when you have it out all at once. And it's the reason I say it was a thick based clay glue slime was because it was made out of, I had some add-ins on the clay glue slime, and I actually made some Willet slimes out of them, but I didn't want to keep the clear glue, so I actually just buttered them, because when I'm done with a certain slime and I don't know what else to do with it, I add butter. I add clay, I guess. This is a yogurt slime based butter slime, and it's actually really thick and not very stretchy. It smells good though, and it's kind of sizzly. It also has a lot of cornstarch in it, which is basically what the recipe I used for the yogurt slime called for. This is a little piece from a slime smoothie that I had made, and it's really not stretchy at all, so it like comes out all at once, but it's kind of glossy, and I kind of liked the texture, so I wanted to keep it, a little bit of it, and the rest of it I iceberged unsuccessfully, but it's really not stretchy at all. This is a super, super thick white glue slime. It actually always leaves water residue on the top because of the type of glue I used, but it's extremely thick. Just wanted to take a moment to show you how thick this is, because it's super thick, and that's just all I can say about it. It's really soft too. It's a soft, creamy, and thick slime. Some good pops there. It's not super stretchy because that's how thick it is. This is one of my most proudest butter slimes. It is from an old glossy slime with a ton of shaving cream, and I made it with glue all, and it's the sizzliest slime I've ever made. And I actually haven't gotten it out in a while. So it's kind of settled a little bit, but it's super, super thick, and it gets really poofy. And when you poof it out and then let it sit for a few days, it gets super, super sizzly. Since it's sat for a while, it's not super sizzly right now, but it usually is, and it smells good too. And it's actually just a really old slime. It was an old glossy slime that I buttered, and it turned out amazing. I honestly don't remember what I made this slime from. I think it has some snow in it, maybe. I'm not actually positive on that, but I know it has butter in it, clay in it. When I say it has butter in it, I mean that it has clay in it, so please excuse that. I honestly don't remember what all I put in here or what I made it out of. This is a thick base butter slime, and it's made out of just a couple of tiny, really thick bases that I had. And it has some glitters in it too. This is a really glossy slime that I made recently, like a few days ago recently, and I was just trying to make a really glossy slime. The bubbles haven't completely gone away yet, so it's hard to say how glossy it will be, but it's pretty thick. This is made from my white glue base, and it's like super bubbly and sizzly. It's just a butter slime, like a really thick butter slime though. So when you poof it up and stretch it out and stuff, it's not super stretchy, but it's so bubbly. If you want to see a more full video of that, I'm hopefully posting one to Instagram soon, and you'll see my Instagram listed at the end of the video. This is a tiny little, really thick, like super thick slime that was made out of foam glue. So, if you slime foam glue, it is just the thickest stuff you'll ever feel. Not super stretchy, but super thick. This was my first ever jelly slime, and it was an accident. I didn't mean to make jelly slime because I didn't even know how to, but I just accidentally added too much water to my snow, and this is what it made. Really nice, and when you poof it up, it inflates, and it also becomes a lighter blue color for obvious reasons. This was my first time putting Nendo clay in slime. So basically, what I figured out is that it's super bubbly. It can get really sizzly. Not the stretchiest thing in the world, but very bubbly. This is a butter slime that I made recently. It's really sticky, and I probably could tell you that if I could remember what I made it out of. I don't remember what I made it with, and you know, I think it might have been a bubbly slime that I buttered, and I think that might be it, but I honestly can't remember. This is one of my favorite slimes that I've ever made. I scented it like lime, and it reminds me of Tootsie Roll Chews, like the lime Tootsie Roll Chews, because it smells just like those, and it looks just like them too. It's so glossy. Definitely one of my favorite slimes that I've ever made. This is a bubbly and glossy slime. It's like, I obviously haven't played with it for a couple weeks, but it does get super glossy, but I'm not going to take the time to reactivate it at the moment. This slime is from one of my Will It Slime videos, when I slimed a, I think it's called a water wiggle. You can look for that if you type in my username with slime, you can see my Will It Slime videos. Right now it's super underactivated, like super underactivated obviously, but it honestly takes so little activator to activate it that I don't bother reactivating it super often. But if you watch one of my water wiggle slime, Will It Slime videos, you can see that in action. This is a big butter slime with some snow in it, which I added the snow because I thought it would be a good idea, and it was a horrible idea. And it's just an old glossy based butter slime. It's really big, and the snow that I used for this was like monster snow. Highly don't recommend that for cloud slime because it falls out so much. Has so much fallout, and I don't recommend buying monster snow specifically for cloud slime because that's what I did and it was horrible. This is a glossy slime I made. Glossy and it smells good and it's creamy, and that's about it. This is another slime that I can't remember exactly how I made it, what I made it with, but if I was to take a guess, I think that this is a slime that I made from Nickelodeon's Slime Glue that I bought at the store, and I didn't really like that glue, the slime that it made very much, so I put some clay in it. And now it smells really weird because I must have mixed some different lotions in there and it smells kind of strange, but it's not a bad smell necessarily. This is a really nice cloud slime that I made. You can't tell at all that it's nice while it's just sitting here, but once you flip it up, it's pretty nice. And it smells like grapefruit, which is one of my favorite scents. It smells amazing. And it's not drizzling right now because it takes a while for it to get fluffed up and drizzle well because you have to fluff it up so much before it'll drizzle, which I'm not going to do right now, but take my word for it, it's not bad at all. This is a small cloud cream that I accidentally made because I honestly didn't know what a cloud cream was at the time, but it's super small and it's really, really nice texture, and I've tried to remake this in a bigger slime so many times, but I cannot remake it. It's just really nice, and I don't know how I made it, but it's super nice. You'll notice that most of the slimes that I make are by accident, so most of the slimes that I make, I figure out, hey, that's what kind of slime that is, and that's how you make it. That's just how my slime life goes. This is actually the butter that I used to create that cloud cream slime. So there was this butter, and then I added some cloud cream to it. So this is really, really, like, it doesn't have a whole lot of slime in it. There's a lot of clay in it. This cute little slime is a gel slime, so it's made from gel glue, which I highly recommend you slime. It's the most amazing texture. It's so good. Right now it's a little bit underactivated, so it's not super pokey, but once you activate it, I actually have a Will It Slime video for gel glue, Elmer's gel glue, and it makes the nicest texture. That was a slime that I added some clear glue slime to some putty slime. I think it was the, what's it called? The Compound Kings 3 pounds super stretchy pre-made slime that I added some clear glue to. It's a little bit underactivated right now because it was at the bottom of my drawer. I haven't actually played with this one in a while, but this is a wood glue based slime, which if you haven't slimed wood glue, it's so nice. It's so thick. It's a really thick slime that it makes, and I added some clay to it, and this was the result. It's a really thick butter slime is what it is, and it gets a little bit sizzly, as you saw from the top. and there's some lotion in it to make it a little bit more stretchy because it's not that stretchy when you first add the clay to it. This is a little Sleigh Slime. It's super small right now, but it gets so fluffy, and I'm not going to fluff it up completely for obvious reasons, and also because it would not fit back in its container. I scented it like banana or something. It smells pretty good. And that was the first Sleigh Slime that I tried to make. This is a clear glue based slime that I made a while ago, and there's actually no pigment in this, even though it looks like there's some, but I made this out of some really random, it smelled like detangler stuff, but I don't know what was in this bottle. My sister found a bottle, a little tiny traveler bottle of something that smelled like detangler, and it could have been shampoo, but I didn't know what it was, but I slimed it. It smells really good and it's super thick, and it's just the shampoo or whatever it was that looked pigmented. This is a little slime that I made out of some type of glue that I can't remember at the moment, but it was some random type of glue that I got at Michael's in a tiny little glue bottle, and I can't remember what it was. It might have been like it's obviously some sort of craft glue, but I can't remember what kind it was. This is the base of the wood glue butter slime that I showed a few minutes ago. So if you're wondering what wood glue slime looks like and how unbelievably glossy it is, this is it. It's super glossy and thick. I know these containers suck because it's so hard to get slime out of. So if you have any container recommendations that I don't have to buy online, go ahead and recommend those in the comments because I hate these containers. This was an Elmer's glue color slime, or color glue that I slimed. I also have a Will It Slime video on this. Actually, I might not. I might not have posted it. I know you made one, but I don't know if I posted it. This is a small, thick slime that I made out of some glue that I found at Michael's. And it's really, really thick. It gets pretty bubbly too. It's a little bit underactivated right now. If you've seen those little powder packets that make slime when you add water at Walmart, this is one of those that I added some white glue, or I might have added some clear glue slime to it. Either way, I added some slime to it and I buttered it, and it actually always smelled really good because they're scented, but it gets really poofy and sizzly. Don't know what it's doing right now. This is a super thick slime that I had added some clear glue to a putty that I got from the store. It was actually like flarp, but it was clear flarp, so I wanted to see how it was. It's super thick. Not a bad texture at all, so I definitely wanted to keep it. This was a putty from one of those little putty containers, putty eggs, that I got from Big Lots, and I added some white glue to it, and then I buttered it. I added some clay to it, and it's actually a really nice texture. It gets pretty bubbly. It doesn't inflate a whole lot, which is nice, because a lot of people like inflating slimes, but I actually think it's super inconvenient. This is a slime from a Will It Slime video from ages ago. It's when I slimed a Tide Pod. So it smells super like Tide Pods, obviously. And I buttered it. So that's what this is, and you can look up the Will It Slime Tide Pod video to see where this came from. Recently I bought my first pack of Honey Toys clay, and this is the first slime that I made with the clay. It's actually two slimes, one that I made with a piece of orange clay and the other one was probably yellow. And one of the slimes I used clear slime for, and the other one white glue, and then I just added them together. I scented this like pineapple because it looks like a gingerbread type slime to me, but I can't stand chocolate scents, so I just put some pineapple in there. Don't know why. This is a really, really nice clear glue slime with pigments and tiny glitters. I believe it's scented violet. These glitters do not stay in very well, but it's pretty and it's pokey and it smells good. If you've seen the little eggs with putty in them at Walmart that, like, I don't know what brand they are because I forget, but this is one of them with some clear glue slime in it, and it was a super, super clear putty, but when I added the clear slime and mixed it up, it never returned to clear. The next two slimes are made with some shampoo that I had, and I also buttered them. One is made with white glue, that would be this one, and the other one that you're about to see is made with clear glue. This one, the clay separates from the slime, so it obviously gets kind of sticky because shampoo slime does that. I'm pretty sure that's the white glue one. And this would be the clear glue one, which is obviously super separated. It's a nice couple of slimes there. This is a butter slime with Sculpey clay in it, so it's really, really thick and glossy, but for some reason it leaves a horrible residue on your hands, and it's like super sticky, and I hate it. But it's so glossy. This is like a snow slime. It has, actually I'm not positive it has snow in it, but I'm not positive. This might be a cloud cream or something like that. Yeah, I think it's a cloud cream. Pretty bubbly and soft. This was a slime that I made with a recipe from the YouTube channel Lily, and it's supposed to be a bubbly slime. It's actually really lossy when it's had time to settle down anyway. But when you fluff it up, it gets real bubbly and just bubbly. This is a slime I buttered. This was the glow in the dark glue that I slimed by Elmer's, and I'm pretty sure I have a Will It Slime video for this, and then I added some clay. Turned out pretty nice, and it gets really, really sizzly, but I haven't played with it in a while, that's why it's not super sizzly right now. This was another Elmer's color glue that was a clear slime. A clear glue color slime that I buttered, and it actually gets super bubbly just like the last one, but I haven't played with it in a while, so when you fluff it up and then let it sit for a few days, it gets super bubbly and sizzly. This is a tiny little jelly slime. I don't know why I made such a tiny jelly slime, but it's adorable, and I scented it like grapefruit, so it smells amazing. was a bubbly slime that I added some clay to, and it turned out pretty nice. Again, this gets sizzly if you fluff it up and then let it sit. Just haven't played with it in maybe a week or two. This is a cloud cream with primarily butter slime that I made, I can't remember when, not too long ago though. This is another wood glue slime from a bigger bottle of wood glue, and it's still super glossy. This gets pretty runny. For some reason, this bottle of wood glue didn't activate as well as the smaller bottle, so it's like really runny, and it's just the strangest thing, because it's obviously like mostly the same recipe, but just in a bigger bottle, and just didn't activate as well. This is an old butter slime I have that, this is one of my favorite butter slimes that I've made, and it's really sizzly and actually pretty glossy at the bottom. This gets really fluffy. Haven't played with it in a while, obviously, because it was in the bottom of my drawer. But it gets super fluffy, and it has a really, really creamy texture. Super creamy, and I don't remember exactly how I made it because I made it a really long time ago. This is a slime that I added clear glue slime into one of those little squeeze balls with the, you guys know what I'm talking about, like one of those squeeze balls that has the net over it. I added some clear glue slime into the putty stuff in the middle of one of them. Turned out super glossy and thick. It's a pretty nice color too. Neon. This is buttered from, wait no, yes, this is buttered from a couple of slimes that I had from a Will It Slime video. This is like a really light but dense at the same time butter slime. This I believe was also made with some Sculpey clay a while ago, but it does not leave residue on your hands. It's not super stretchy because it's made from Sculpey clay, but it's pretty glossy. This is a slime from which I tried to recreate that cloud cream from earlier, the little one, and it did not work out. So it's obviously got snow in it, and then I just added probably just some butter to the snow. This is a fairly old butter slime, and it inflates quite a bit, and it's a really nice texture. It's really soft and creamy. I don't remember how I made it because I made it a while ago. But it's really moldable and spreadable. I can't remember at the moment what I made this butter out of, but I honestly can't remember what I made it out of. Sometimes I just forget what I make things out of, because I have so many slimes, obviously. It's nice nonetheless. This is a nice butter slime that I made a while ago, and I actually really like it. It's scented really nicely. I can't remember what I scented it with. Also can't remember how I made it, but it's really nice. It inflates a bit, and it's pretty bubbly, really thick, but stretchy. We are boiling down to my last few slimes, and they're all going to be smaller slimes. I tried to put some bigger slimes at the beginning. This is a butter slime. Can't remember how I made it. But I know it's scented fresh cotton. It's pretty sizzly. Sorry, I'm like out of frame. This is a glossy slime, and I took another one of those stress ball things apart and put some clear glue slime in the middle of them. This one was pink, obviously, and it's really, really thick and glossy. It's a little bit underactivated right now. These were probably my first two butter slimes ever. Butter slimes, I say that lightly because they were made with Model Magic. This was the one I made with clear glue slime, which gets pretty bubbly, sizzly and bubbly. The other one not quite so much. It has a lot of lotion in it, that's why it's able to be so stretchy. I don't play with these ones too often, but I like to keep them because they smell good, and they are one of the first butter slimes I ever made. And this one was made with white glue. This one fluffed up quite a bit. How could I have forgotten this bigger slime? This is a really, really nice, thick, glossy slime. It's clear glue. Definitely one of my favorite glossy slimes. This was a clear glue glossy slime with sand in it. I know some people probably hate adding sand to slime, but I kind of like the way it feels. I can't get it all the way out because it takes a bit to dig it all out, but the base is glossy and thick. And there's some sand down there. This is a little slime I made with clear glue and shampoo. It's really foggy because I made it a while ago and I played with it a lot. If you remember the bigger slime with, it was like a water slime at the beginning of the video that I said will it slime from the water wiggle. This is the same thing, but I did it with white glue instead of clear glue. This is a slime I made a really long time ago that I really like, and it's like, it's runny but it's thick at the same time. It's like a lotion slime type thing. This was probably in my last slime video because that's how old it is. This slime I put in this Glow-Dough rainbow thing because this stuff sucks, but I kept the container. This is a pure glue-all slime, it's super, super thick. I didn't add anything else to it, it's just plain glue-all, so it's really thick. This is another Elmer's Color Glue slime, the Clear Glue Color Glue, which is really, really glossy and thick, which is the way I like my clear slimes. Glossy and thick. To my last two slimes and these two little button thingies. This is a putty that I made a while ago, and it's not very putty-ish anymore, but it has sparkles in it, and it's just made from glue. And it's just an adorable little slime. And the last little slime is this Pigmented Slime, and it also has that some of that shaving gel that I was talking about earlier in it. So it smells really good, and it's just clear glue base. It's just a cute, happy little slime. I wanted to take a second to show you guys this one of my bigger slimes. This is a Sleigh Slime, and it's really, really glossy, but also really sizzly and super inflatable. So I have 3 bigger slimes. Oh, well, I guess I have 4, but I'm not going to show you the hugest one because it's just a giant slime smoothie. This is really, it smells good, and I call it like stretchy flowers or something. It smells really good. I mixed a bunch of different scents in it. It's really glossy and stretchy, and it inflates really big, but I'm not going to take the time to do that for obvious reasons. Also pretty sizzly at the top. Sizzly at the top, glossy at the bottom. So thank you for watching this part 1 of 4 of my slime collection 2018. The second one should be coming right after this one, and that one will be crunchy slimes, so you can look for that, and we will see you in that one.